Excellent. What was the score?
It was 2-0.
2-0 to us.
To us, indeed.
I like that. Okay.
It's been a while since we won down that. Well, a while was in 2 visits, but yeah.
Have we won there before? Because I've not seen us
we
win
won on Sam Baldock's second or third last game. That season where he started a blinder for us just before he went to West Ham.
Before we sold him, yeah.
And he scored
before he got injured at West Ham.
Yeah, he scored a second half goal there that we won 1-0. The next again visit was the infamous K incident where he got sent off and scored a goal in the same game. But it was a good win. It sounded hard fought, but they're the sort of victories that you come away and you say, if you're proper promotion fodder, that's a great result, because they're a difficult team to play against. And I think the position in the table that they have kind of lies a bit, because they are a decent opposition.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. It's difficult to know what to make of them at the moment, because having come down, you expect them to be putting up a fair challenge, and I don't think they've really done that so far. You know, they're obviously not going to be down in the bottom. They're not in any danger, but they don't look like they're threatening much at the moment. But I still think it's a really good 3 points.
It is a very
definitely.
good 3 points.
Yeah. I mean, were we lucky that we caught them at the time, in a rich vein, and they perhaps weren't?
Could be.
And
Probably.
lucky to get that one out of the way?
Probably, but the manager said on the radio after the game as well, he said from what it sounded like on my perspective anyway, it sounded as if it was going towards a 0-0. And obviously they got a red card.
sending off changed everything.
It could have come earlier, but it did change everything, because 3 or 4 minutes after they had a man sent off, we went and scored the first goal, and obviously then they're chasing the game probably a bit stretched, and we nabbed in a second, so it probably did change the game, but swings and roundabouts, isn't it? It
was fairly instant from the sending off to the first goal, I think.
Yeah, 4 minutes.
Yeah. No, it's really well taken as well. Each time I watch us scoring at the moment, I'm looking at it and thinking, we would not have scored those goals last season.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people are saying at the moment about Afobe being called back and what would the impact be on the team. But like you said, goals, the way the goals are going in at the moment, we've got a natural finisher there in Grigg.
Yeah, very much so.
I really rate him. I think he's over the summer, obviously, currently Afobe's quite overshadowing everybody else's efforts, because he's scored a good few goals. But other than him, I think the effort that Grigg's done has been really overlooked because of how good Afobe's been. Take Afobe out of the equation, I think Grigg's been a superb signing.
Mm-hmm.
And last week I read an article that was saying that he would welcome going back to Brentford if they wanted him back. And I find that quite worrying. I think with him pretty much guaranteed a spot in and around the first team in his right position, I'd like to think that we could hold on to him if we got promoted.
Yeah. Interesting. Mr. Flanagan, did you see the tackle?
I haven't seen it yet,
No,
but I've heard a lot about it.
It's one of those, if I think if he hadn't hurt himself seriously, I think he would have been sent off for it. It was one of those, it was wholehearted tackle. He threw himself into it, it's a really difficult one, because I've got a lot of time for Tom, to be honest. I think
I do too.
Gets a lot of stick for a couple of dodgy mistakes, but I don't think he deserves that. I think he's been.
It was a head injury, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
I think it was a head injury.
Yeah, that does ring a bell. Yeah.
Head. And if the Courtois incident in the Chelsea game a couple of days ago is anything to go by, I think there is a new law that goes by, if you have any sort of head injury that could be slightly dodgy, then you've got to go off.
Yeah.
Even,
which makes sense,
even
right?
Against medical advice, apparently. So, it makes sense that he went off. But I've forgetting the red card incident, I feel I was gutted for him. He's just got a place in the team, and then he goes and gets himself injured. Yeah. At the same time where he could have been sent off. So 6 and 1/2 dozen the other, and I think he's really unlucky there, and it's just not been going right for him, has it, since he come back from those loans? No,
it's true. I think he'll still come good. I think he'll get
I hope
an opportunity. I think
the
fans need to get off his back a little bit. There's lots of forum. Ooh, exciting. Lots of forum stuff. But
saved by the bell, I think.
Oh, very good.
Very good. Just a couple of quick points to make about the attendance. First of all, overall attendance.
Yeah, exactly 4,000.
Exactly 4,000.
I love that. I love it when there's a very rare occasion, but there's nothing that annoys my OCD more than 3,998 or 7,042. I just love that bang-on number. It's brilliant. Yeah. And it only happens every now and then.
But do we reckon it's genuine, or do they just look at it and go, yeah, it's about 4,000?
Yeah.
And then we took 337 as well.
337. I'm chuffed to bits with that. For us, that's great.
Brilliant.
that sort of journey. Yeah.
It's funny because I've not seen the full highlights recently. I've not seen the full highlights, but I saw the goals in the Football League show. Apparently, our fans were behind the goal,
right over on the right.
Right
side,
over on the right hand
yeah.
side, because they didn't appear that way, and I had to do a double check. But
They tweeted, the Dons tweeted a picture in the morning of, lunchtime, of the goalkeepers training. And I thought, they can't be that far away, but of course they put the practice goal up, don't they? And the practice goal was right on the opposite side of the pitch. And they were miles and miles away from it.
Grand. Okay, probably need to move on a little bit.
Tom Scudamore is back.
We're back on a new day with new features and new characters.
Every Thursday night at 7 p.m. on Seclo Sounds.
The best time of the day show is a show for young people, combining oddball personalities. We will be having headlines read by Harry, dealing with your problems in agony art, and talking philosophical matters.
Every Thursday at 7 p.m. on Seclo Sounds.
right, a couple of tweets for you. At Blackthorn Stand says, we lost, but we're not MK Don, so we win anyway.
Which is one of the funniest,
It's brilliant.
funniest tweets ever, like that, yeah.
At Colette93 says, it only took the hypocrites 3 times to boycott as well. At Stephen Charles 96 says, good to see AFC dump out the franchise at the Scone Dome.
Scone Stadium. Has anyone ever seen or heard that before? Scone Stadium?
I called it the Scone Dome.
Scone Dome, yeah, sorry, I noticed, but it's the Scone bit I'm questioning. I don't know where that's coming from. Or is it Scone? Is it the Scone Stadium?
I hope
The
it's
Scone
Scone.
Dome.
The Scone Dome sounds brilliant. Anyway, at Martin Hunter says, judging by the rate of reduction in the away attendance following, AFC will bring approximately 40 fans in the FA Cup next month, #franchise. And at Chronology says, Wimbledon that don't play in Wimbledon 3, Wimbledon that don't play in Wimbledon 2. Another one of
the
great
funniest
tweets.
tweets ever. There's no point us ever trying to write anything because genuine people are far funnier than we are. Listen, we're going to have some more interactions via the world of Twitter as we go on. We're going to explain some street talk to you in the lexicon of chav. We will actually, for the 4th week of trying, bring you who has gone over, above and beyond for the Dons and add more people to our wall of honour. And we're going to chat about the game that never was, because we're not a real team, so the result shouldn't really stand. Modesty, let people know how they can get in touch.
Yep, you can contact us by bringing on a striker to try and level the divots on the pitch out, by engaging in Twitter wars, but only when you've got home from the game, or by waiting to find out just what the damage bill will be this time. Alternatively, you can use more conventional methods. You can contact us on Facebook, and we're at facebook.com/the MooCamp. You can tweet us. We're at the MooCamp, but we're using the hashtag the MooCamp during the show. You can email us at radio@moocamp.com. You can text 80085, but remember to start your message with, it had to come, UK Mail were delivering it, or else it won't reach us. Or you can text direct to the studio on 07848 930 396.
You know when you've clicked a button and it's just done something really weird that you weren't ever expecting and you've never seen before? That was me just then. But I've covered, I don't think anyone noticed, we've got away with it, and we're back on track. Chilton Wheely from Kingston would like to take this opportunity to apologise to all members of Feeble, that's the Footballing Elite Elect Board, for loathing everything, that although he may have been seen at Stadium MK last evening, he was in fact suffering from an out-of-body experience, and in no way would he ever knowingly set foot inside the ground or indeed enter Milton Keynes. Clutching his match programme and winning gold-on-goal ticket, Chilton informed this show that although he enjoyed the pie, Chicken Tiger is against everything that modern football stands for, and he will protest until it is removed from every ground in every league, as he considers he has a feeble right to do so. More on this once we've campaigned to have the M1 rerouted.
The lexicon of chav. Of chav.
This isn't just any lexicon. This is the lexicon of chaff. Where each week we educate you, the educated elite, into the... Oh, well, apart from last week, because that was dreadful. The educated elite into the ways of the feral underclass that seemingly run our planet by providing detailed translations of common street talk. This week, the phrase under scrutiny is munter. Common usage. Whoa, you is a right munter, ain't it? Definition. Rather, first impressions are false as, close up, you are actually less attractive than I first perceived. Widely and incorrectly believed to have originated from the 2004 hit film The Football Factory, but its earliest recorded usage, in fact, dates back to line 1019 of Homer's Iliad from... did I get that right?
Correct.
I did, fantastic. From 793 BC.
He's the one that everyone seeks, so what's his excuse this week?
As you know, it's been some time since Lieutenant Dan managed to turn up for a show, and each week he sends us a note of some sort excusing himself. As a responsible employer, we think it's vital we share this information with you in as much detail as possible and in as public a fashion as is reasonable. This week's note is scrawled roughly on the back of a high-vis jacket, and it contains just 5 words. It succinctly reads, hands, hurt, badly, need manicure. We'll have another excuse from the coxcomb protoplasm next week.
You stumbled on your own little trip that you'd put in. 'Cause he should have been
by
reading
your
that.
own petard.
We didn't structure that well, did we? With those two going together, that was supposed to be for young Albie, and we messed it up. Well, okay. Look, every week, supposedly, although we don't normally get to it, but in Over, Above and Beyond, we add to the long list of so-called super fans who have, in their own opinion, generally gone over and above and beyond the call of duty in aid of the club. And so far on the Wall of Honour, we have Lisa and Carolyn for their mooey backside repair work. And there's a phrase I never expected to say out loud. And we have our very own young Albie for single-handedly getting Robbo the job.
It's true, I did. It's all my fault that we lost last night.
Yeah. This week, Anne-Marie from MK1 writes, I believe that I am worthy of a MooCamp Radio Show Over and Above and Beyond award because since moving to Milton Keynes, my husband has become ridiculously obsessed with the Dons. It dominates his and therefore our lives and has become the focus of every waking moment. It's all he ever talks about from first thing in the morning when he often wakes me to ask for my opinion on the best tactical approach to deal with some striker who I've never heard of, to last thing at night when he makes me read him the good press cuttings to help him sleep. I'm a good actress, but the strain of hiding just how bored I am with it all is becoming too much, and I'm going to crack soon. Your recognition might just keep me sane for the rest of the season. So, what do we think? Does Anne-Marie go on the wall?
Yeah, hand.
Yeah.
Hand?
Yeah, it's fellow actress.
Fellow actress, yeah.
No.
Oh, okay, well, 3-1 you
Controversial.
lost, but fair enough, okay. So she's up on the wall.
I would have won if I'd been AFC Kingston, wouldn't I?
You would have won what?
If it had been 3-1 to you against me, I would have won. If I'd been AFC
I see what you
Kingston.
did there. Yeah, it's very true, yeah.
True, but not funny.
But we beat them 3-1, they beat us 3-2.
Moving on.
Yeah. Funnily enough, leading us on to Kingston. We had a match last night. Hands?
Hand.
And
And what do we got to say about it?
I
this
thought
is
we
what
were
I'll
rubbish.
say about it.
Go on.
If there's one guy in this room, apart from your good self, Brando, who you would have thought would have been irritated by that, it would have been me. And I can genuinely, honestly say that I have no opinion on one way or the other about that last night.
Yeah.
I wasn't, like, it wasn't much of a game, to be quite honest. And if it had been the first time we played them, like I said last week, it would have been great. But this will come as a surprise to a few people, but I'm actually a Glasgow Rangers supporter.
Really?
Right. And there was about 4 or 5 years ago. This just in. Yeah, like I say, there was a season about 4 or 5 years ago before we got relegated, kicked out of Scottish football, where we'd played Celtic 7 times in 1 year. By the time you get to the 6th game, you're thinking to yourself, God, this is just a nightmare. That's what it was last night. You just think, I'm interested in playing you blokes again. You're just foul, like, idiots, and I'm interested in anything that you've got to say or do, I got to be honest, that's genuinely how I feel.
Yeah.
Having said that, it's obviously irritating, to lose to them. And it's the main reason why I've not gone on their stupid website and all that to see what they're saying. But I can imagine what they are saying. Probably the best thing since sliced bread for them.
And it's all direct